Did you watch the doc finally?
I did see it.
That shit was crazy.
It was unbelievable.
That shit was crazy.
I'm an
not gonna
episode
lie.
in. I'm an episode in, by the way. I'm just one episode in.
How could you stop?
Yeah.
I couldn't stop.
No, I had.
Once I was in, I was in.
No,
bro.
it's truly.
I had to go get a drink. I'm like, I gotta go pour me some wine.
Yeah,
me and,
we gotta relax,
me and the
man.
wife went through a whole bottle of wine, bro. That shit was crazy. And the wild part is, it's a bunch of stuff I've heard before.
Yeah, but putting it all
when you
together.
see it all packaged together,
And you see it on video. Oh God, the old footage is just
This isn't
man.
the first one, though.
What's that?
man,
This isn't the first doc of Diddy, though.
Nah, but
this been the most salacious.
It's
This
the
one
best
was
one.
tough,
It's the
bro.
best
This was
bro,
a
they
tough
give you
watch.
they give you reminders after every accusation. That's how you know that legal was involved.
Yes.
Because somebody will say some shit and it will immediately go, we reached out to the Combs family for comment and they did not respond.
And the worst thing about being somebody like Diddy, there's no benefit of the doubt anyway. Cause it ain't about the stuff that they're saying he did. It's the stuff we know.
Yeah.
So when you see the things you know,
Yeah.
you don't put nothing past them.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, God
No.
damn.
Yeah.
That was phenomenal.
Listen, man.
It's crazy.
It happened. I watched that doc on Friday night, and it was a good reminder of just life. Bro, don't ever... I don't think you can get that power hungry, though. I think that's got to be in you already.
Yeah.
I think it's like a gene that's been lying dormant, and when you add the right things to that gene, it comes out. I don't think people aren't naturally like that. Like money, power don't naturally just make you like that. Because then you have other people, right? Like you can have somebody like, and I'm gonna use entertainers. You can have somebody like an Oprah Winfrey, who you've seen throughout her life with that power and that money do amazing things. Not just for the people she put on, right? But like just people building schools and donating money and stuff like that. So that already has to be in you to be whatever that shit is, Diddy is. I don't even know what you call that. Is that evil? I don't even know what you call it, bro.
Yeah, maniacal. I mean,
Man.
like, yeah, bottomless pit. And the only thing that can fill it is a thirst for more power.
Damn.
And that's the problem. It's like, if power is your goal or money is your goal, you're in a really difficult position because there will always be somebody more wealthy and there will always be somebody more powerful. So you never stop pushing. If you're fortunate enough where like art is your goal, like you have a skill, you know, and be it like radio, be it comedy, be it whatever the thing that you really care about, be it, you know, you're a UFC fighter, whatever. You just dedicate yourself to that craft, and being better at the craft is this thing that validates you. But if the only thing that validates you is more money or more power, you're going to be capable of some horrendous shit.
I think power even more than money.
Oh,
See, with Diddy, to me,
without
it was
a
the
doubt.
power. Because there's plenty, like Diddy, like let's be clear, Diddy's nowhere near one of the richest people in the world, right?
No.
So we know that there's plenty of people out here that have billions and billions and billions of dollars. You don't hear this type of shit that they were on. This was a power trip for Diddy. Like I'm talking about an ego power trip, a 35, 40-year ego power. And it never ended.
And you
even
could
when you're
tell
watching him leading up to jail.
You could tell
He's
it about the
still
girls.
on the phone trying to manipulate people.
Yeah, but especially with the girls, like wanting to fuck someone's girl.
That is what, yo, let's talk about
But
that.
that's specifically a power move. That is, how can I exert power? That's like the most primal version of it. How can I exert power over another individual?
God bless the dead. Kim Porter was Albie Shaw's girlfriend. Another one of his baby
Missy
mamas,
whatever.
Sarah, was Tupac's girlfriend.
What about the one that was Eric Sermon?
Eric's coming on Breakfast Club this week. Eric, Eric told the most ridiculous story on that
Is
shit.
he a little off?
I don't know if he's off, but that was a ridiculous story, Eric.
Which one?
Where he said he pulls up in the car, he got Misa in the passenger seat, Diddy taps on the window, he rolls it down, Diddy swings on him. He laughs because he knows Diddy can fuck him up. So he tells Diddy, all right, let's go around the corner. So he gives him a ride.
Oh, yeah.
You Ubering him to fight.
Yeah, like-
you give him a ride in your car, you go around the corner, when y'all get around the corner, he says, yo, listen to this. And y'all just start listening to music together.
That was
a ridiculous story.
That was. I'm surprised they put it in the doc.
That was ridiculous. I can't even believe you repeat that. Like that, that don't sound ridiculous.
Yo, shout out Eric, man. I love Eric, man.
That was a ridiculous story. It made no sense whatsoever.
I'm curious, how accurate do you think this doc was, like percentage-wise, of telling a story? Like if you had to guess.
I really don't know.
100%.
Because the reason why I question, I'm like, they use so much footage that Diddy shot himself and to make him look bad. And so that's how the power of a doc. You can use the same footage and make somebody seem horrible, and he would have used that footage to make himself look.
But that footage he was taking before he went to jail, I don't know why would he even tape that. So, there's no way any of that makes you look good.
He thought he was going to win. This was going to be his redemption story. And then in the edit, you can put what you choose to put.
So show you manipulating the media?
No.
He wouldn't have put that.
I have a take on that. So the beginning sequence, when you're seeing this footage, when he's talking to the lawyers, right? And we need to, know how to manipulate the public or whatever that is, right? I do agree with you. I think he's going into the trial going like, they don't really have much. I'm going to win. And if you look at like what we thought was going to happen to him and what ended up happening to him, I mean, how many years did he get? 4 years or something like that?
50 months.
Okay, so it's like, how many months?
50.
Oh, 50 months. Okay, so it's like basically 4 years with time served, right? And you end up doing like 2/3 of that, right? So let's say he does like 3 years. Or even a little bit less.
It's like 2.
Okay, so it's really not that much time for how heinous the crimes we thought it was going to be. So I imagine him and his legal team are going into this, and they're going, yeah, I think we can beat this thing, right? But what Diddy, to his credit, is understanding that who he is as a person is ruined. And he says something earlier where he goes, listen, I want to have my life. I want to be able to do things. What he means is not, I want to stay out of jail. What he means is, I don't want to be
Diddy,
but I want to still be Diddy. And then what he's saying is, hey, you guys are going on CNN. He goes, people aren't on CNN no more. They're on TikTok. They're on social media. You guys have to fight the propaganda war on these places. So I don't think what he's saying is, yo, you got to lie to everybody and make them think I'm innocent when we know I'm guilty. I think he's coming from the place of...
He was lying.
Well, let me get it all out. I think he's coming from the place of, or maybe believing his lawyers and going, yo, we're going to beat this shit, but it's not worth beating it if everybody still thinks I'm the worst person ever and I can't be Diddy no more. So you guys got to start pushing whatever propaganda you can, or start making these arguments not on CNN where nobody sees it, but on social media so people could realize I'm a good guy and I'm innocent.
But they saw it on CNN because the Kathy video broke on CNN.
Fair. But I don't think that's what he was talking about. I think he's talking about his innocence.
But the reason I think that he was just willing to lie and continue to manipulate, because he was lying and manipulating until the Cassie video came out. You understand what I'm saying? He was telling us all of this stuff Cassie said he did was not true. It was false. It was fabricated. Then the video comes out.
A guy like him is used to lying and manipulating.
But you got to be a madman to know that these videos... This is what I'm saying, Schulz.
Yeah.
To know that a video exists of you doing what you did to Cassie in the hotel and putting out statements saying what she's saying is completely false,
you don't think that's getting out,
fabricated.
Obviously.
But that just shows what type of person you are.
But think about it. You know how many shit he got away with? Like...
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
So many things.
Yeah, so he not only beat so many things, I think we got to really look at this. And the doc said this really well. If you wanted to be a hip hop artist that had access to mainstream success, there were 2 doorways. There was Andre Harrell in Uptown Records, and there was Russell. And that was the way to get money in hip hop. Can you imagine?
And R&B.
And R&B. Can you imagine the power? Imagine the treatment from not only the community, but the artists that want to be part of it. And on top of that, he was the brainchild for a lot of these artists. It's not like now where an artist can pop off on TikTok and then these record companies try to scoop them up and they just let that artist do their thing.
Now you had to build them.
He's picking their outfits, telling them what to say, So in his mind, and you even see them talking on the, and I forget, one of his buddies was saying it, it was like, Andre told him, it's all you. It's not about the artist. You're the one that has to nurture and curate. So in his mind, he's like, they're just tools, pawns. You come to me, I make you a star. Everybody else is thinking, oh my God, he's the star maker. You're not getting treated like a normal person, and you can get away with whatever the fuck you want to get away with because those people know there's only 2 ways to make it.
But I'm telling you, once again, I think that's something that's in you. Like, it's some type of
agreed.
gene.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Because I've seen people have that kind of power and that kind of influence
and be good people.
And be good people. Like, Diddy, that's why I hate when people say, like, just that's how you got to make it in the industry. No, that's what he chose to do. You know what I mean?
100%. There's no excuses for the behavior. I'm just trying to say, like, how if you already have that disposition and then you have all these positive feedback loops for that disposition, you're going to start to believe your own power.
Yeah.
You're going to start to believe that you're invincible. And that is dangerous.
Yeah, and the fucking, I agree with you. The fucking of the girl thing is so weird, bro.
But there are dudes that do that.
Yeah, because I think that they really want to the cock of that the girl is with.
Nah, it's a power.
I really believe that, yo.
There's
Like,
hip hop heads have done that.
That's weirdo shit to me. It's just like, yo, you want to sleep with everybody's girl?
Because you're
But
trying,
I mean, even
because
some
you're not
people
trying to
we
fuck
look-
her, you're trying to fuck him, not literally, but emotionally. You're trying to let that guy know, yo, like, I can take what's yours.
And then when that guy makes a whole fucking documentary about you that ruins your fucking life. Because I'm going to tell you something. Everybody keep talking about the limited amount of time that Diddy got, right? It's like, oh, he got 50 months. It ain't about the time. He'll never
his life is over.
Diddy again. And he told y'all in the doc, that's what drives him. Being that character, being that person is what drives him. That's what, he cares about that more than he cared about his own fucking freedom. He wasn't on there saying, man, how do I stay out of jail? How does this gonna cost me money? He's like, we're losing, you know, I want to still be able to be me. Like, huh? Yo, there's a part, I think it's episode 3 or 4. He's talking to his kids and he's like, God told me to be quiet. But that don't mean y'all can't talk.
Yeah, I know.
That don't mean y'all can't talk. What y'all gonna say? He's so worried about other people coming to his defense and being ready to lie for him. He wouldn't give that girl $5,000.
Crazy.
But then wanted that girl to come to his defense.
Crazy.
Had the nerve to tell that young lady, what was her name? Kalina from Dirty Money?
Yeah, I forgot.
Had the nerve to tell that young lady, I know you would jump in the casket for me. But when this woman was fucked up financially, reached out to him for $5,000, he wouldn't give it to her.
And then she's still backing him.
Man, get the fuck out.
I heard a good Diddy story.
Give me one, because we ain't heard one in years.
No, not a good Diddy story. Like just a did that confirm some of this kind of shit. It's a little, but I'm trying to like withhold certain information. Anyway, so a guy goes to meet him for a lunch. It was about like I don't know if it was a brand or something he was building. Goes, sits down at this nice restaurant, and waiter comes over. He orders like a salad, and Diddy goes, yo, cut that shit out. You with Diddy right now. You order whatever the fuck you want. They start eating steak, lobster, like caviar, crystals come in, all the things. Finished the meal. It was great hanging with you, man. And I really appreciate you. I'll talk to you soon. And Diddy just walks out on the bill, $12,000.
No reason to not believe it.
But that's the type of shit. That's a straight power move. I'm going to walk out on this bill, and what are you going to do about it?
Wow.
You need me. You're going to eat that.
I don't need you that. Well, that's a good segue into Little Rod. I don't feel like any man, right, that can say things like, oh, Diddy, you know, I woke up. What Little Rod said, sometimes I would wake up and it'd be girls. Sometimes I wake up, it was Diddy.
What? What episode is this in?
Episode
you gotta,
4, I
you gotta
think.
keep watching.
Yeah. But Little Rod wanted to get paid. I feel like somebody like Rod would have been down for whatever as long as he would have got his money. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if he'd have got paid, he'd have been down for whatever.
Yeah.
Because you ain't sticking around for that type of shit. You know what I mean? Like, you not sticking around. How you gonna say you got sexually assaulted by Diddy, but you stuck around? As a man?
Yeah, but I think he thinks, hey, this is my big break. And that's what a lot of these dudes would take advantage of the people. It's like they want the big break. So
what are you really mad about then? Are you mad things didn't go your way?
He didn't get his big break and
I
he
think
ain't
I
get
would be
paid.
a lot more mad if I woke up with a cock in my face.
I'm sure you would, but I'm just saying, this guy. Huh?
Okay, can I say, actually, no, you go, Taylor.
Okay. Oh, I was going to ask just about Farnsworth Bentley. Do you think he's like protected? He's the one that's like dishing out all this stuff.
Huh?
No, he's not in it.
Exactly.
Talking to the mic.
Why? Why isn't Farnsworth?
Because he's guilty too.
You think?
I think there's a lot of people.
What? Why are we just putting stuff on Farnsworth?
No, not guilty
No, I'm
too.
asking like we haven't heard from him. I wonder why.
No,
like,
I'm not. Let me take that back.
There's a lot of people in Diddy life we haven't heard from.
But we've seen him like with Diddy a lot.
Not really.
If you were privy to all the shit and you saw all the shit, you can't exactly come out now and be like, yo, it was really bad. Because there might be versions where you participated in the shit.
Yeah.
And to the gay.
But that's what I'm saying about the Little Rods and those guys.
So
or even Kirk Burrows and those guys like that.
To the gay rumors is what's really interesting. And I think this happens to some people. People always go, oh, Hollywood. When people get into Hollywood, they start doing gay shit, whatever. No. I think if you have a maniacal drive for power, you exert that power in any way you can. And I think sex also becomes something of power. You saw it in the documentary where he wants to fuck other people's girls, not because they're fine. There's plenty of girls that are fine. He wants to fuck them because it's a way of utilizing his power and showcasing his power over another individual. If your lust is for power, not even for pussy, it don't matter if it's pussy or butthole at the end of the day, because the thing that you're trying to satisfy, the itch you're trying to scratch, is exerting that power over another individual.
Dominance.
And that's why he could, if he was allegedly fucking these dudes, that's what that shit was about. I bet I could fuck that guy. I bet I could make that guy suck my dick. I bet I could make this girl fuck another dude if I say so. I bet I could make that dude fuck another dude and I watch. It is nothing. You stop being a sexual being in terms of procreation. Sex is just another function of this lust for power. Oof, scary.
It is scary, man. And I'm telling you, I think that's just something that's in people, bro. Like I don't think you just...
And unfortunately...
wake up one day with money and power and be like, I'm just going to be like this. Like, that shit turned you into something that was already there.
That was what was interesting about it, though. It tried to get to the root of where that came from.
But I think, unfortunately, the things that I think why you see these people in positions of power and success is because those primal instincts that they have actually give them a competitive advantage in the space. You and I don't want to hurt people. We care about people at the end of the day. So we're not going to do certain things that would be shameless, that would really negatively impact people. If you have that maniacal drive, you just destroy everything on your way to achieving your dreams. They have a way greater competitive advantage over me and you.
Sure.
Yeah.
And now at the end of the day, they go to jail and hopefully rot in prison for what they've done. But like in terms of a one-on-one competition, if you're willing to just kill everybody around you, that's a big competitive edge.
I agree. And I also wanted to go back to what you said about the, people who were around and saw these things. It's just like, yo, are you really having these conversations now because you truly care? Right? You want these things to stop, or just because life really didn't turn out the way you wanted. And now that, Debo done got knocked out by Craig, you come in to snatch your chain back. You know what I'm saying? I personally is like, I'm like, I don't know if I want to hear from you, bro.
Which one is that?
All of them. Every single person that's literally on it, except for the women. The women, I understand.
If you're victims,
But the Kirk Burrows and
why not him? Like, that was the one he was a co-founder, right?
Yes.
Yeah, like, I think he's a good person to hear from because it's like, he was really just the business and the brains behind it.
Diddy sexually assaulted him, bro.
I mean, but he called him out and tried a while ago, but lost his case.
He ain't saying about no sexual assault.
I don't know if he mentioned that during it, but
he probably didn't want to bring that up.
Yeah, like
I think the movie's like a good cautionary tale, especially if you're in the industry and
for ego.
Well, you see all this energy, and sometimes there's like a temptation just to go with the flow for people. Like, well, no one else is saying anything, and seems to be working. Why should I say something? And now, when you look at this with the perspective of time, you would have wanted to be someone if you had been there who kind of separated and removed yourself from that situation. The shit's always going to come out, so remove yourself from that stuff. It's hard.
That's what I'm saying.
When there's money and access. I mean,
and blow the Carter too, Chris. Like, I don't feel like you should just walk away knowing that it's a bunch of bullshit.
But you remember how powerful. I'll put it like this.
Can you guys speak to that time period?
Yeah.
I think that like a lot
of around.
I was there.
Okay, well, speak. Can you just speak? Because I think a lot of people now
so much bigger than anybody right now.
But specifically speak to like the gatekeeping and the power structures. Because right now kids just go, I'll blow up on TikTok and then I'll get a record deal. And if I don't, I'll just sell out my own shows. Speak to what that time period was with music and who were the power players and what that power actually meant.
He had an incredible hold over the industry because he somehow managed to kind of straddle being both street hip hop and R&B, but also incredibly pop. This is especially after Biggie died, right? Like,
oh yeah, he became a commercial success pop after.
I remember being in a club somewhere downtown, and I saw Sadat X from Brand Nubian, who was like one of my favorite MCs. And I was like, I can't believe I'm in the same place as Sadat X. Diddy came into the club. When I say that literally, if there were 500 people there, he just walked through the door. The entire club kind of like got up and just like moved towards him, at him. He couldn't even get in. And I looked, and like literally the only two people who hadn't moved were me and Sadat X. And I was like, damn, this is the guy that people should be giving all this energy to. And Diddy just like...
He was bigger than the artist, bro. That's the thing people don't realize.
So much bigger. And he just really like dominated the space, and he felt
why didn't Russell get that kind of energy?
I don't think Russell wanted that sort of energy.
He didn't.
They weren't all in the videos, and I get what you're saying.
Russell didn't have the charisma.
Yeah.
Russell
He
didn't
also didn't put himself out there like that.
Well, Russell was
Andre tried. Andre was a rapper, God bless the dead, Jekyll and Hyde.
That's not true. Russell did try.
He did?
Def Comedy Jam, he came out at the end of every single thing. It
That's
was
fair.
Russell Simmons Presents Def
Thank you,
Comedy
good
Jam.
night.
He gave it thank you, good night, but he had a little bit of a lisp. He wasn't a great speaker. He didn't have the
But
charisma.
neither was Diddy. I mean, Diddy just kind of forced his way through.
Diddy was
charisma.
charisma.
Diddy created a character.
Inside the actor studio, that little moment where he's in that space and his mama's there, like there's a perfect example. He knows the space he's in. He knows this is not traditional hip hop space at all. This is a stuffy ass white space, and he is crushing that shit. He's teasing little stuff with his mom. His mom is hilarious. There's these little back and forth. He's milking this thing. An unbelievable level of comfort in a space that a guy, yes, he went to Catholic school and that kind of stuff, but a space that you would assume he might not be completely comfortable with.
He also was an incredible caricature. I mean, if you had to name like the top 5 hip hop characters of all time,
Oh, he's up there.
it's like Diddy, Snoop. I put Little John up there, right? And even though he wasn't a character, but I'm just talking about like Tupac. And what I mean, I'm talking about aesthetic, meaning folks could spoof.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Diddy's easily spoofable.
And he thinks of himself as a character. That's why it's like, hey, I'm going to change my name now and become a new person. He would change his name and he's, I'm loved now. So now I'm going to act completely different.
Because he
lives that way.
Because he is pretending at the end of the day.
Yeah,
He's a kid who grew up in the suburbs. Like, yeah, his dad was a hustler or whatever like that. But like, he's emulating that hustler lifestyle. And a lot of times, if you grow up outside of something, you become the greatest observer of it. So you have to almost be a character to survive within it. The people who grow up in it aren't characters because it's who they are.
That's real.
You don't have to be a geeky dude from Moncks Corner, South Carolina, or wherever the fuck, right? Like I'm talking to you.
You, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, because it is who you are. You don't have to think about it every single day. He has to. I'm from the suburbs. I got to make sure these people in Harlem respect me. I have to go out of my
that part
way.
was so crazy when he went walking. You ain't see that part yet.
No, what is this?
Bro, he goes walking through Harlem.
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah,
like
that
He's
was
shaking
crazy.
hands and
Yeah.
hugging people. Then he gets back in the
Sanitizer.
car and he's like, I gotta go take a shower. I need some hand sanitizer. He was like, yo, I've been hugging these people. I gotta go wash in boiling water.
yeah.
Like, God damn,
Yeah,
bro.
that's ugly.
Like, yo, that's wild to me. Like, first of all, I don't know when the last time he's done stuff like that. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I do. I don't know if Diddy pops up in Harlem on the regular. But to be going through what you're going through, and then to just go out there and let me go shake these hands and kiss these babies and I need my people to have my back type shit, but it's all for show, only for you to get back in the car and be like, I need to go wash in boiling water.
I didn't know he
Bruh.
was from the suburbs. Why did everyone say he's from Harlem?
I don't know what.
I mean, Mount Vernon is not
Oh,
like
okay.
Scarsdale,
Right, yeah,
but
yeah.
it's not.
I don't know nothing about Mount Vernon.
I mean, it's
But Mount Vernon, yeah.
it has its tough
it
parts.
has-
There's parts of Mount Vernon that are tough.
Yeah.
But it is the first suburb outside of the Bronx. So it's the first part of Westchester.
I always heard
If
people
you're
say
in the
he's
Bronx and you're trying to like step it up 20 degrees, Mount Vernon's the next stop.
Yeah.
People always say he's from Harlem, though.
Okay, let me ask y'all a question.
Yeah.
If you woke up, if you was in the studio with Diddy, and then you woke up with Diddy in the bed with you, and your butt was sore,
God.
would you want to work with any other record executives ever again? Ever again? Any moguls ever again? Would you want to be around any?
I can't make music with men no more, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't make music with men. I
You see what
cannot
I'm
make
saying?
music with men.
You see what I'm
I
saying?
can only make music with women.
That's all I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
He
He could blackball you, though.
Well, it's not just blackball. He's an incredible dream seller. I had one professional interaction with him once. And, it was like a radio thing. I did some sort of live event with him. And afterwards, he said, Chris, you're incredible. Me and you are going to go to the moon together. We're going to go so far doing this shit together. I can't, he spent 45 seconds gassing me up. I was like, oh, shit. This guy really wants to work with me. But we're going to call you soon. We're going to, never heard from the guy again, right? Like, it was, but like, that's just a very small thing. Like if he wants you to believe,
Steve Jobs had that too. You get people involved in there's a term for it. I forget the name, but it's like the dream cycle.
Right.
And everybody gets on your page and invested in this dream that you're creating, and that becomes their reality.
Right.
And you need that to motivate big groups of
and you're
people.
like, man, this dude who has all this other things going on, who has so much
know how
power,
to
and
do
he's
it.
looking at me for 30 seconds. Now, if you're a guy like Lil Rod, and you heard him, he's calling his phone, he's leaving him messages. No matter what happens, for some people who are like very desperate to kind of have that access and have that opportunity, you don't know what some people are going to put up with because they're so afraid to lose that opportunity.
Well, I'm going to tell you something, a lesson that I've learned. Never compromise yourself for a position.
Right. You can't do it.
It's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you're going to end up just like Kirk Burroughs. You're going to end up just like Lil Rod, sitting on somebody's documentary, angry and upset because of choices that you made. Because it is choices that they made.
Yeah, but now you're kind of blaming the guy for
I'm
that.
not. They made choices.
No, I don't think he made a choice.
Yo, come on. We can't take away. Listen, you can't take away accountability from all of these people who sat around and saw Diddy doing this wild shit, but was cool with it when it was benefiting them.
I think you can say this guy has a very well documented track record of ripping off artists and not paying people.
Okay, well, Chris, keep that same energy. If Trump gets out of office and they try to round up everybody around him, everybody in his administration that was complicit, keep that same energy and be like, well, it wasn't their fault. The guy was very charming and he had a lot of power and this and that. Those guys shouldn't be arrested. No.
Well,
those
hold
guys
on.
shouldn't
I
be
think
arrested.
I don't know if that's a one-to-one comparison
What do you mean? You're either complicit or you're not.
I tend to agree with Charlotte, which is like not. You can be a victim and be complicit. So Diddy can do something horrible to you that you shouldn't have experienced, but you can aid and abet him in doing horrible things to other people, which you shouldn't do. And just because you're a victim doesn't make it okay that you've hurt other people.
And also, we always sit back and we watch people and we be like, yo, just watch how somebody treats people because eventually it's going to be your turn.
Yup.
You're not an exception to the rule.
Yup.
Okay, that I get.
Maybe those guys like Kirk and Lil Rod thought they were exceptions to the rules. Like,
Nope.
no.
So your point is like, where were you when this was happening to Cassie? You had all this access to his lifestyle. You didn't speak out about what's happening to other
Maybe
people.
that's why Farnsworth is not talking because he knows.
Right.
And again, I don't know.
I don't know, but it makes you look like a hero now to be like, oh, he didn't pay for Biggie's funeral. But you knew that back then.
Now, what I would say is better to
You knew that
talk.
back then.
Better to talk. Like, better to talk at some point in time.
People were terrified of him, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, now they feel the
I
confidence.
pitched a project like this even 10 years ago, let's say, to somebody powerful in the industry, very powerful, well-connected person. He said, it was as a podcast, but he said, that's the best podcast I've ever heard of in my life. That would be incredible. That would set the charts on fire. I am not going to be the one picking up the phone Monday morning when Diddy calls, and no one else is either. No one is touching this thing. People were scared of him because he had a lot of power, and you can see he goes for vengeance. He goes for retribution.
So it's all your fault.
No, I tried to make it. What I'm saying, I couldn't get anybody to back me up.
So it's all these people's fault. This is the monster that they created and kept defeating. Yes.
You can't put it on them.
How? If
It's
you know
Diddy's
this,
doing all the action.
But if you know, but if you know this stuff is happening and nobody says anything, how will it ever stop?
Yeah, but if you're afraid of what's going to happen if you speak up, like what if you're the only one who speaks up and you know the power that Diddy has? Like
He's still complicit.
Yeah, but he's blew up Kid Cudi's car allegedly.
You
like
still
if he
complicit.
goes to those lengths of things, then it's like, why would you put your life in
So
danger?
you're proving my point. You're choosing your own safety and your own security over everybody else's. So don't try to come out and act like you're doing it for the people now.
All right, maybe you're not.
So many people have been hurt.
How about this?
I
How
think
about this?
it's easier to do it now that he's
But if
like,
nobody,
in trouble and
but if
everybody spoke up.
nobody comes out, then he gets away with it.
Yeah.
So it's like ultimate. It coming out doesn't make you a hero, but it does make you better than staying silent. So we have to reward.
30 years later.
Yo, it's better than staying silent,
Because
bro.
this guy would have had a comeback.
He would have.
He would have had a comeback if this didn't come out. He
Like,
would have
he
reinvented
really-
himself as
Yeah,
a preacher,
yes, he would.
Yes, he
MAGA,
would.
what have it. Diddy would have been back.
No.
He's that relentless,
Right.
and he needs it that bad. Like, the greatest punishment that you could ever give Diddy
Take him out the game.
is not allow him to ever be Diddy again, and then he got to live with himself.
You think I think he wouldn't have been Diddy again before this doc. I think the
No.
doctors,
Bro,
the doctors put the dildo through the heart.
There were people that feel. That's funny. That's funny.
No, I'm serious. I really believe. I think he was done before this.
No, there were people who looked at the case and they're like, "Oh shit, he got off."
But there's still people like that. There's people out there right now still defending Diddy even with this doc and think that it's just a whole bunch of propaganda.
It's going to be much less after this doc. Much less.
All I'm saying is, listen, I'm glad things have come to an end, I hope. But I'm not giving, these guys too much.
Here's a question I have
Come
for
on, man.
all you guys.
Look, because Little Rod would have still been there right now if he'd have got his money.
No. I'm not saying these guys are heroes. They're not heroes. But doing this thing is the right thing to do, even if it's 30 years later. It doesn't make you a good person, but it makes you better than staying silent and allowing all these people to be victimized in perpetuity.
They've already been victimized for 30. And I'm not saying you should still stay
when I
silent.
said in
I'm just saying
perpetuity.
they wouldn't have. There's a lot of people that probably wouldn't have gotten victimized if you just spoke up 10 years ago.
That's why I'm saying
20 years ago. That's all I'm saying.
Both those things can be
Or-
true. Both those things
or-
can be true.
Diddy could have went out after them, took him out, and he would have kept on as normal. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's a huge risk. And I understand what you're saying. Hey, take that risk to protect others, but that's putting your life up on
Chris,
not everybody's built like that.
When he attacked Steve Stout was saying this guy is a terrible person. Everybody's scared of him because of all of the stuff he does behind it. He was saying this. So that's an alley-oop. Like, you know what?
Then he settled.
And then he settled, and then he's
It
shaking
don't matter.
hands and laughing with
But I
him.
still threw it out there. Somebody else should have came and like, yo, you know what? He's right. Did he?
Yeah, you're saying what people should do, but people are motivated by their own salvation. And if they don't see their salvation through that, then they oftentimes won't do it. And that's just the reality of the matter. It's better that they do it 30 years in than never do it at all. But the heroic thing is to do it in the moment.
I would think so, because then you stop other people from being victimized.
Let's talk to some of the people. I'm only an episode in, but like, are there any people in the doc that came out immediately?
Yeah.
Well, the guy Kirk filed a lawsuit. That's public.
That was to get his money back.
Aubrey
public.
did.
Aubrey did back.
Yeah, she did.
Aubrey has been doing it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
She told a story that ain't nobody talking about.
Was a
Yeah, somebody came to her and said, I saw a video where
Of
Puff was
her.
fucking you and some
Yeah.
other dude had his dick in your mouth. And Aubrey's like, I don't remember none of this shit.
Yeah, he drugged her.
You know what I'm saying? I don't fucking know, yo. I don't know. All I know is this is a great documentary that just lets you know, man, do not compromise yourself for a position. That's how I feel. I mean, and that's how I feel about the Roger. But on the Diddy side, there's no way power and ego should drive you in that way.
But you know what's interesting though?
You had everything.
But
you had the opportunity to treat people great. You could have given more jobs. You could provide jobs. You could make people dreams come true. You make all this money. You had everything.
You're right.
And you just wanted to fuck it off by fucking people over?
But you know what's interesting is that like his desire for power, right, made him gravitate towards a role in the industry that's different than most people. Remember, he came in going, I'm going to be a dancer, I'm going to be in the videos, and he learned pretty quickly that the real power is in the executive branch, not in the artist. Most people don't discern that. Most people see the artist getting all the love in the streets and everybody singing the songs or whatever. He also recognized throwing the parties is where the culture and the power was.
Well, that's because he was around Andre. Andre was the original lifestyle specialist with Uptown Records.
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying? And he was the original executive. You know?
I even found that fascinating where it's like he's being like, not groomed, but like mentored by Andre. And then he's right there in front of him being like, oh yeah, you're going to pass it down to me. Like, I'm going to take this over from you. Like, imagine speaking to your guy, like you're still young in the game and you're talking to your elders.
Crazy.
Like, I'm about to take this over from you.
There's two ways to look at that. Clearly, Andre being the visionary that he was and the eye for talent that he was.
Saw talent in him.
Saw talent in Diddy. Because he wouldn't just have his arm around somebody that he didn't think could be that. So you are kind of grooming that individual, to be your successor. Yeah. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think you should play your position if you're Diddy and not tell him what you want.
Yeah, I know that.
You know what I mean? Let him say that. Let it be his idea. Like, hey, I'm grooming you to do all of this, right? You know?
What is that? One of the 48 laws of power?
Never outshine the master.
There you go.
Law number 1. Let's pay some bills, man. Let's pay some bills, man.
What we got?